cosmic rays or whatever, just going new.
Hey, what's up you guys, ShartimusPrime here, bringing you another review on the Walking Dead McFarlane Toys building sets, the Governor's Room. And there's a new thing going on that McFarlane Toys has started. It's kind of like a Lego setup kind of thing. I'm not really big into Legos, but I love the Walking Dead and I love McFarlane Toys, so I had to pick this up. Very curious about it. It does have light up fish tanks, it does come with batteries, and it works with other brands. And then on the side right here, you get the Governor right there, and then on the back, you can see the other little figures, and they do have blind bags for them and stuff. I'm really not into blind bags, so I didn't really pick any up. And then you can see how the set's going to look like right over there. Then on the other side, you get another picture of the Governor, and then at the bottom, not much going on, but warning labels. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And so 292 pieces, and an hour later, we have the Governor's Room all built and everything. Now, I think this is actually pretty neat. I'm not a big fan of modeling kits or building sets and stuff like that. I'm just not a big fan of paying for stuff and then having to put it together, you know? But I know there's a lot of people that are big fans of these kind of things, and I do have to say that this is a bit rewarding because you do get a very realistic setup here as you put all these pieces together. Now, all these pieces come in these little bags. You can see these clear bags in this photo over here, and they open very nicely. So one thing I really like about that is that you don't have to force things open and you get little pieces popping all over the place and they land on the floor and you gotta look for them on the floor, and that sucks. Not only that, I think the instructions were written very well. So getting this built was pretty easy. The only thing was getting all these bricks together around here. This was like a bit tedious, you know, just like stacking all these things around. For the most part, I really like it. Here's a close look at Penny over here, looking really cool with all this paint. I really like how that looks. A lot of nice color variations over here, making her look very gruesome. I dig it a lot. These little figures are actually articulated. You can rotate the heads on them side to side, and then you can move the arms up and down on each of them. Same thing with the Governor over here. You can move his arms up and down. You can tilt his head side to side. Unfortunately, she does not stand too well. Every time I try getting her to stand, it just doesn't really work out so well. She falls over very easily. This little thing right here is supposed to help her stand, but it doesn't really help. I guess you're supposed to, you know, plug it into one of these ports. So you could change things up so that you could have a little port sticking out underneath that. And it does come with extra pieces, so you don't use every single piece. So in case you drop something or lose something, you do get a bit of extras over here, which is very nice. Now this also includes this little bucket of chum or body parts. I think that's pretty nasty and it looks great. And then here's the Governor right here in his lazy chair, looking pretty cool. And for all these tiny figures, even though they don't paint the eyes on them, I think they look really good. But I think this chair came out looking awesome. I think it looks really nice with all of these wrinkles. It looks like it's made out of leather. They also did add some black paint to it too. My only gripe about this chair though is that it does have this big hole in the back, and that bugs me a lot because it's so realistic looking, and then you have that right there. And as you may have seen, it is articulated, so you can move this forward and back. And the instructions don't tell you that you're supposed to plug this guy into any of the ports that stick out or anything like that. These little pieces do. You can see the little port right there. And then same thing with the lampshade and this little table that comes off right there, which has some nice details in it. You can see the little book right there. Can't remember exactly what these things are supposed to be, but I think they're painted pretty well. I really like the way they've sculpted and painted these. So it's not just one color going all the way through. You do have some color variations. There's parts where I try to get it to match up, like this right here. It matches pretty well. The sculpting lines up pretty nicely. But there's other parts where it doesn't line up so perfectly, which is okay. Imperfections in this whole section right here is fine with me. I'm totally cool with that. Overall, I really do like how the floor looks. You get this nasty door right here with a lot of yellow and red paint on it. I love how that looks and that functions. You get some random black paint right here on these brick walls over here, which is fine with me. Now the tank heads is the coolest part of this display for me. This is actually why I wanted to pick this up. It's kind of hard to see, but every single one of these little heads are different. They're all sculpted differently and painted differently, and I think that is amazing. And you could change this up any way you want. You can just put them in there any way you desire. I liked having the two at the top and then the one all by itself. Kind of makes sense to have, you know, all the ones with three at the very bottom. But I love how these look. Now to get the light up function going, it's a little annoying because you have to remove this whole piece because there's a switch on both sides over here. So you just turn this side on and you can see the little lights coming on, and turn that on. And the instructions explain how you need these two ports right over here, so you can plug this in and just punker that down right there, and it stays pretty well. It's not falling out or anything. That is freaky looking. Oh man, I didn't realize how cool that looks with the lights dim like this, especially that head right there up at the top. That is sick. Yeah, you can see getting a low light setting in here. This looks really cool. Bastard watching heads for TV. It's so weird, man. Now this building set measures to be about 8 inches across and 5 inches wide. And then to get an idea, here's my Lego Shartimus. Right on. Looking very cool. Thank you so much. And then here's the robot Shartimus. So I had to get the Creo Shartimus, and then there's your Lego Shartimus. And then to get another size comparison, here's the Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So yeah, this is just not set for large figures, but you know, the Legos and Creo look pretty cool in here, huh? get the hell out of here. So for those of you that are into this kind of stuff, I think you'll really enjoy it a lot. As a Walking Dead fan, I think it looks pretty badass. I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my video. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right up over here, and then check out my last video right over there. Make sure you follow me on the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and check out toynewseye.com for a photo gallery of images from this review. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Cool, so it's 8